Hi everyone, this is Shantamati K.S., Assistant Professor of EC Department from Ganadhari Tulsi's Jain Engineering College. So this presentation is about delta modulation and adaptive delta modulation. So it includes features of delta modulation, modulator, demodulator of delta modulation, advantages and its disadvantages, and finally adaptive delta modulation. So first we'll see delta modulation. In pulse code modulation, the signaling rate and the transmission channel bandwidth are quite large since it transmits all the bits which are used to code a sample, right? So to overcome this problem, delta modulation is used. So delta modulation, it is a type of modulation where the sampling rate is much higher and in which the step size after quantization is of a smaller value del. So here the del indicates the step size. So such modulation technique is termed as delta modulation. So the working principle here about delta modulation is it transmits only one bit per sample. Here the present sample value is compared with the previous sample value, and this result, whether the amplitude is increased or decreased, is transmitted. So for this we have to consider an input signal x of t. So this pink color wave, so this x of t is an input signal, and this input signal x of t is approximated to step signal, that is a staircase approximation. So here the step size is fixed, and this staircase approximation is denoted as u of t, and the staircase step size is del and the sampling period will be t suffix s. So the difference between the input signal x of t and the staircase approximated signal u of t is confined to two levels. One is plus del or minus del. If the difference is positive, which means if x of t and y of t difference is positive, then the approximated signal is increased by one step. If the difference is negative, the approximated signal is reduced by del. When the step size is reduced, 0 is transmitted. When the step size, so here the step size is reduced, so 0 is transmitted. If the step size is increased, so here from 0 the step size is increased, 1 is transmitted. Hence, for each sample, only one binary bit is transmitted. Next, we'll see the features of delta modulation. An oversampled input is taken to make full use of single correlation. So here, the quantization design is simple, modulator and demodulator is also simple, and this quality will be moderate. And one more thing, the input sequence must be higher than the Nyquist rate, and the staircase approximation of the output waveform is required, and the step size is very small, and that will be denoted as del, and the bit rate can be decided by the user. Okay, now we'll see the delta modulator. So this is the general block diagram of delta modulator. So it comprises of 1 bit quantizer, 2 summer and 1 delay circuit. So this is similar to a differential pulse code modulation. So where there will be using predictor circuit. So instead of predictor circuit, here we are using that delay circuit. And this delay with this summer, it comprises, we can call it as accumulator. Okay. So we'll see in detail this one. So here in the block diagram, this x of nts is called as oversampled input, and this e suffix p of nts is the summer output and the quantizer input, and eq of nts, this will be equals to the v of nts, that is quantizer output, and this x hat of nts is the output of the delay circuit, and u of nts is the input of that delay circuit. So we'll see the derivation part. So e suffix p of nts, that will be equals to x of nts minus x hat of nts. So this you can refer my notes or we'll see in the diagram. So this EP of nts will be this x of nts minus x hat of nts. Okay, and next this x hat of nts we can write it as u of n minus 1 ts. So whereas the delay's input is u of nts, so 1 bit delay means u of n minus 1 ts we are substituting. So this u of nts we can write it as x hat of n minus 1 ts plus v of n minus 1 ts. So let this be equation number 2. So further this v of nts, so v of nts is nothing but your quantizer output, right? So that is equals to e suffix q of nts. This is equals to signum function. So u of nts we can write it like this, x hat of nts plus e suffix q of nts. So this x hat of nts is the previous value of the delayed circuit and this e suffix q of nts is the quantizer output. So u of nts we can write it as u of n minus 1 ts plus v of nts. So on substituting this we'll be getting this equation number 4. So the present input of the delay unit, so in the delay circuit, right? So in that the present input will be the previous output of the delay unit plus the present quantizer output. So initially we have to assume that zero condition of accumulation. So u of nts will be the signum function. So the accumulated version of delta modulation output will be summation over I, right? So this x hat of nts we can write it like this, sixth equation. The delay unit output is an accumulator output lagging by one sample. So that is a 1 bit delay. So from equation 5 and 6 we get a possible structure for that demodulator. So next is delta modulator. It is a receiver side. So this delta demodulator comprises of a low pass filter, a delay circuit and a summer. The predictor circuit is eliminated here and hence no assumed input is given to the demodulator. The accumulator generates the staircase approximated signal output and is delayed by one sampling period t suffix s. So it is then added to that input signal. Okay, so if the input is binary 1, then it adds plus del step to the previous output, which is delayed, right? If the input is binary 0, then one step del is subtracted from the delayed signal. Also, this low pass filter smoothens the staircase signal to reconstruct the original message signal x of t. So here this v hat of nts is the input sample and x bar of nts is the delayed output and u hat of nts is the summer output. So next coming to the advantages of delta modulation, which is over DPCM, which is nothing but differential pulse code modulation. So it's a 1 bit quantizer and very easy design of the modulator and the demodulator when compared to DPCM. Next we'll see the disadvantages. However, there exists from some noise in delta modulation. Here we have two more noises. There is slope overload distortion noise and granular noise, which I detailed explain. You can refer your notes there. Next we'll see the adaptive delta modulation. So in digital modulation we have come across certain problem of determining the step size, which influences the quality of that output wave. So that is in delta modulation we have seen two noises, slope overload distortion and granular noise. So to overcome that we are going into for adaptive delta modulation. That is, a larger step size is needed in the steep slope of modulating signal and a smaller step size is needed where the message has a small slope. Okay, the minute details get missed in the process, so it would be better if we can control the adjustment of step size according to our requirement in order to obtain the sampling in a desired fashion, right? So this is the concept of adaptive delta modulation. So it includes a summer, a limiter, sampler, voltage control amplifier and integrator. The gain of that voltage control amplifier is adjusted by the output signal from the sampler. The amplifier gain determines the step size. So these both are proportional. Adaptive delta modulation is, we can call it as also ADM. So it quantizes the difference between the value of the current sample and the predicted value of the next sample. It uses a variable step height to predict the next values for the faithful reproduction of that fast varying values. Okay, thank you.